Holy
shit. I didn't realize in the radio version there was like a stop, because usually the song starts right after that.
Yeah.
We came in right at the explosion.
That ain't bad. That's a good way to start. That's a good way to start a show right there.
Yeah, I'm pleased.
Build a fucking legacy on that, like Desilu.
I know. Yeah, that's really a big. It's the last thing we do before we start a show.
Oh, yeah, figure out what we're going to lead in with? Yeah.
It's usually the last thing we do, but it is also one of the more important things.
Powerman 5000, not a bad way to start your shit.
Yeah. Yeah, God. Yeah, I heard like, shit.
It's different. What the fuck? If we let in with Alice in Chains, everybody be like, well, all right, assholes, we know you're fans, you know.
Welcome to the Alice in Chains podcast. I'm your host, Alice in Chains. With me is Alice in Chains.
Which, by the way, big thanks and shout out to, what's his name, Josh, has commented on our shit last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thanks. I mean, we appreciate comments. They don't have to be positive, but that's fucking preferred. Otherwise, we'll fucking talk some shit about
That's
you.
right. We have the ability.
but
many thanks.
But yeah, you should keep up the good work, and fuck yeah, that's what we're
going to try.
Whatever we're doing,
I'm already I'm already 1 beer deep. I'm already 1 pint deep.
I'm a little fucking salty. I got off of work and decided I needed to have about 5. down at a local watering hole.
Damn.
After I ended up picking up a bunch of shit for making when we have a fight night over here, I try to make something, you know.
Sure.
Either light appetizers all the way to
something delicious,
all the way up to fucking heavy like roasts and shit like that. Something, you know. So tomorrow I'm going to be making like macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Not the normal macaroni and cheese. This stuff's basically, the best I can figure, it's basically fucking cheese soup with a bunch of pasta thrown in.
Yeah, goddamn. What kind of cheese?
It's a pound of pasta and like almost 3 pounds of cheese. A pound of extra sharp yellow cheddar. A pound of extra sharp white cheddar. Fucking Philadelphia cream cheese and Parmesan.
God damn.
So we'll feel our life ticking away as
my grandmother used to make a macaroni and cheese in the oven in like a casserole dish, you know. And I thought that was the most unhealthy macaroni and cheese that existed on the planet.
I got it topped.
I have a funny feeling, this might be the last macaroni and cheese I ever enjoy.
Oh, yeah. And it calls for like fucking whole milk or half and half. So I went whole milk, so I want to make it healthy.
Shit.
So I go down to our local watering hole, and I had like 2 beers. I was like 2 beers in. I was like, well, I got to get home because I got like some, I got like milk out there I bought at the store. And by the way, it's like 70 degrees today. It's like
it's been a beautiful fucking day.
Fuck yeah, like overcast, cool, and rainy. So anyway, so this dude's like, "You have what?" I said, "Well, I got some milk in the Jeep. I got to get it home, get it in the fridge." He goes, "No." He said, "What?" He said, "Is it skim?" I said, "No." He says, "Is it like fucking 2%?" I said, "No, it's whole milk."
Why did this fucking guy start at that spectrum of the milk scale?
Because he said, "What is it?" I said, "It's fucking whole milk." He goes, "No, you're fine." I said, "What the fuck you mean I'm fine?" He goes, "I'm a dairyman. You can trust me."
Oh, shit.
Which I thought, you know what?
Okay, yeah, okay. Now that makes perfect sense. All right.
All right, fuck it. You know what? I'm having 5. So, yeah.
Would you say I can have 5 beer before my milk begins to curdle?
Now, apparently, well, he didn't want to go on record saying that. Apparently, you can let that shit get to room temperature for a little while before you have to worry about getting it fucking refrigerated again.
Wow.
Because the fucking fat solids that are in whole milk or provide a buffer. It's the same thing when you like go and buy heavy cream or even fucking half and half. You'll notice the expiration date's fucking miles down the road. It's because the more milk fats that are present, the longer it's fucking good for. So you go buying your little goddamn skim milk or some shit, you better drink that shit in like 3 days because it's going to go bad on you. But if you're buying whole milk, the real shit, the shit that looks like Elmer's glue all, you're
Damn. I feel like, that's what I like about this gig. I feel like I've learned something new every week for the past 3 weeks. I learned about flag law.
Yeah. Goddamn, I brought it up with a guy I work with about the same thing, about the whole Texas thing of like having a weird Christian flag on a flagpole at the top and the American flag second and then the Texas flag third. And this guy is like a higher up in his church too. Yeah. And he's like, no, that shit's wrong. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I know. And it's like,
And it's clearly we drive through an area when we go to Austin that's chock full of extremists.
Yeah, thanks, Brownwood. You really kind of changed my opinion of the state of Texas, you bunch of dirty fucks.
We're going to have to take that alternate route when Google's like, maybe you don't want to go through Brownwood this time. And you're probably right. Thanks, Google.
Can we go to Austin via, I don't know, San Antonio maybe?
Yeah, or like via fucking ship of some sort.
Maybe there's catapult us over the crazier segments down in the Piney Woods or whatever the fuck they call that part of Texas. Yeah.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Oh, speaking of which, we have a sponsor this week, by the way, and I got to look up the fucking info because I don't have it handy because I'm an asshole and I don't have anything fucking ready to go.
Brought to you by Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Actually, I would say that's pretty awesome because they got like 7 locations out in the greater LA area. So
nice.
Yes, Roscoe's fucking top notch. Matter of fact, I was trying to buy some merch from them, just fucking be different, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and apparently they're like having some weird issues with, I think, ownership and marketing and merch, and yeah.
It seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
like what their strategy should be. Shouldn't be any bickering.
I didn't go to the original location. I went to the Roscoe's in Inglewood, California, which
is the basis for basically half the eateries in GTA San Andreas, I think.
It's let's just say that I'm the minority when I went out there, and this was like in '94. I felt a little bit weird.
Probably. I can understand why.
I now understand what Asians feel like when they come to fucking rural New Mexico. Because I felt like that. I was like, oh, so it's like me and these other folks.
This is a little awkward.
Nothing but Koreans and African Americans right there in that area. I was the only white guy in sight. That was it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but god damn it, it's a little bit the first time that kind of occurs to you, and you see like about 1,000 people around your area.
Yeah, you can tell when you're out of place. You are the first to know because you're that self-aware.
Let's see, our sponsor this week, South Austin Music. This weekend only, if you're down in the ATX, they have Stag music straps, cables, and A-frame stands, $15. Limit 3 for each person. So, yeah, there you go. $15.
You
Little man, put that shit in my hand. So,
and if you live in the Austin area, and be on the lookout for Ruben Gonzalez. The man has returned.
Yeah, we were trying to get him to show up on the show because I don't want too many guests on the show with any regularity.
And we just had Daryl, even though we went to Austin. Basically, we were guests of Daryl, and he was a guest of ours.
Sure. But I thought, well, maybe it's time to have Ruben on the show again. No, that fucking bastard's off. He's off to Austin, and I only call him a bastard because I'm not off to Austin.
Usually I'm just pissed because I'm like, oh, this fucking guy. Clearly he just doesn't want anything to do with us. No, this motherfucker gets to go back to Austin, so I legitimately hate him.
Yeah, which is a legit hate. So,
yeah, it's a legit hate.
Which, God, I hope like hell that he eats at better places this time.
Yeah, hey, man, pick something local.
Yeah.
Just anything local.
Anything.
Yeah. Anything.
Yeah.
Don't go to a fast food joint unless it's Whataburger.
Why would you go? Well, yeah, and you're drunk. But I mean,
why would
you go to Austin that's got so many food options and not eat local, not eat at least a place that's at a minimum a regional chain, if not a local one?
Yeah. The majority of the time when I was in Wyoming and I had dinner out, it was shit that was mom and pop, like stuff you could only find there.
Yeah.
The only time I go to McDonald's if I was drunk and wanted breakfast. Not saying I drink in the morning, but
but it's an option.
They have breakfast all day.
I was trying to think about that the other day. I think I eat at McDonald's more than I think I do.
Yeah.
But I started winding it back. No, like every other month, maybe.
I've been to McDonald's once since I've been back.
Yeah.
Once.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're even less than I am. I always like to think, like, well, do I get kind of like a little drunk and need get some chicken nuggets in me or something like that?
Right.
Because that's kind of the shit, right?
That's about as far as I'll go at Mickey D's anymore.
I think late July was the last time I probably went through.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's like I've gotten to a point in my life where like, shit, there's better things out there.
I went through one day, and they gave me like tokens for fucking free Big Macs. I've still got them in my Jeep.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
Damn, they're practically giving that shit away.
Well, apparently. Because I think it was like the birthday of the Big Mac or some shit or whatever. I don't know.
The birthday of the heart attack.
Yeah, it's like, no, I'll not be having that today, my good man. I'm here to eat healthy.
I think that's a solid pass on me.
Which, what is it with fucking fast food chains trying to do the healthy thing? I was a little pissed about this earlier in the week because I found out that McDonald's has actually ratcheted back their baked apple pies. They put less high fructose corn syrup in them and shit like that because, you got to get healthy, right? And
you got to get on that health train.
Apple pies are the fucking way to go if you're trying to meet, your health requirements.
Fried pies.
No, fuck that. They're baked. Here's my problem is because up until like 95, 96, they were fried. And they're like, no, that shit's unhealthy. So they've been baked ever since. And now they're cutting back the sugar on them. You know what? Just to rebel, I'm going to get some puff pastry, some goddamn apple pie filling. I'm going to fry some goddamn pies around here.
Make some pie holes.
Yeah, but truly, I don't. Why is McDonald's trying to cater to people that fucking won't eat there in the first fucking place?
Yeah.
Here's our salads. Yeah, okay, great. Because of some goddamn soccer mom coming through, and making her kid fucking get like apple slices instead of fries, and bullshit like that.
Ruining our nation.
Yeah, and it was like, well, it would be one thing if I really think that obesity could be placed firmly on the shoulders of McDonald's. Fuck that. It's placed firmly on the shoulders of parents who feed them bullshit at home. It's not the fast food shit. Yeah, if you take your kid to McDonald's once a week, that's not what's causing the obesity problem. It's all the goddamn Cheetos and fucking everything else you poke down their throat at home.
And then headed back to Mickey D's the very next day because it's $3 to feed your kid.
That's So I don't know. I'm a little salty today, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's good. It's good to have. I think we both have a pretty good amount of salt this week. That's why we're drinking so much.
Hey, did I point out this is the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast?
I was just about to say, episode 95 coming at you live from the Mead Hall from eastern New Mexico.
That is, of course, Brandon, and I am Salty Kev, and here we are to entertain your little ears this evening with a bunch of nonsense and shit, or whenever you listen to it.
Yeah, you might come across this next week, but it will still be hot and fresh.
Yeah, exactly. Just like a fucking fried apple pie.
I really want one now. God damn.
Yeah. Hey, so how you fucks doing? It's been a pretty good week, I think, for some people. Not at this table.
No, yeah, there's nothing but doom and gloom at this table this week.
So it does beg the question.
Hold on. I need a drink.
Oh, we have to take a little sip first. By the way, have you ever seen country music artist Chris Young before?
No.
Have you ever watched the Trailer Park Boys before?
Yes.
Cocksucker looks just like Ricky off the Trailer Park Boys. Fucking Google that shit. Look it up. I swear to God.
It is our American Ricky.
Throw some fucking sideburns on this cocksucker and put a cigarette in his mouth and telling people, smokes, boys. I mean,
come on, smokes. Let's go.
Christ almighty. All right. That was just an aside. So, how's your week?
About the sound of that can. That was my week.
There it is. Right.
I love talking about shit that happens at my job. Because sometimes, 9 times out of 10, it's going to make for a really good story. I like to think that has something to do with the fact that I can weave a pretty decent yarn.
Yeah.
But really, it's the subject matter that shines through.
Well, and you have the dregs of society coming through your place, apparently.
And that's when you get the good tales. Now,
well, I've got to beg the question. We know you work in the hospitality business. Yeah. You don't work at the nicest place in town.
No, I don't work at the 4-star Marriott.
You fucking don't work at the worst 2 places in town.
Yeah, it's in the middle, so we get everybody.
Yeah. Those that aspire to be not notoriously bad assholes in life, but they go there, and those are like, I ain't paying that.
We're like the training grounds to either go up or go down.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, you're the fulcrum of society.
Yeah. Well, that's a hell of a badge to wear too. We'll wear it. Goddammit. And I always say afterwards, like these stories are not job-breaking stories.
No.
That day might have come in the form of Sunday night.
Now, I guess first question is this something we can broach? Because I think there's some legal shit involved.
Well, I don't know. They can do it on cops by blurring their faces. Yeah. I'm not going to use any names.
Okay. Well, okay.
I've already spoiled half of it. Yeah, it does have to do with some cops.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're good then. We're good.
Okay, and it's historically known via the podcast, my own experience at the place, that Sunday nights are pretty goddamn quiet. Everybody's left for the weekend. Nobody is there leading into the week. We usually have if we have 10 rooms out on a Sunday night, that's a busy Sunday.
And out of your busy 3-day work week, that one's like kind of a fucking mail it in day.
Yeah. And then Monday night, I prepare shit for the week. Tuesday night rolls around, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Sunday night was a little different this time. The first 2.5 hours went fine, as I knew they would. I was just hanging out on YouTube, about to get some laundry done. I was left with a fuckload of laundry like I usually am on a fucking Sunday.
You're basically like an adult babysitter. People that like this shows up after people have already gone to bed.
Yeah. I'm straight up.
Yeah,
straight up. I'm like the tooth fairy, but I don't give you shit but a proper breakfast when you wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
And so my phone rings about 1:30 in the morning. And I look at the caller ID, and it's a local. So I'm like, oh, great. Someone fucking calling to see if we have like a jacuzzi or workout room, and if rooms are $30 a night.
Because why would somebody local call a goddamn hotel?
Most hotels do not accept locals.
Really?
Yes.
No, we don't want your business, sir.
Because, and it's usually towns like these. I'm shocked these towns accept locals.
Wow.
If we didn't, we wouldn't have half the problems we've had.
I didn't even fucking recognize that that's a thing, but all right, cool.
Yeah, when I worked at the Comfort Inn in New York, upstate New York.
Yeah.
If your fucking ID was anywhere within a 10-mile bubble of where you were at, well, that's probably a little less forgiving because there were fucking towns all over the place. Woodstock was fucking 10 minutes away. But if you were from Saugerties, New York, and your ID said that, your ass ain't getting a room.
Which is where the Yellow House studio was that the band used to record their shit.
Really?
Yeah, man. Saugerties, New York. Yeah, fuck yeah, man.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
That's where they had, they had Woodstock 94.
Yeah, no, I mean, you were like in a hotbed of like a place. It was a pretty cool fucking place to be in, like 1971, 72.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's where I met James LeBrie, which has, I mean, fucking, it doesn't have anything to do with the history of music and Saugerties, but I had no idea. Wow.
Yeah. No, that was before Robbie Robertson killed the band. So,
shit. Well, there you go.
Yeah. By the way, fuck that guy. So, okay, your story?
Yeah. Thank you, Salty Kev. So, yeah, my phone rings, and I answer it. And it's a sheriff. Now, it's not just a sheriff. It's a sheriff sergeant.
Okay.
Which I guess means more than just sheriff or deputy sheriff. Or,
I mean, it's like a leadership role, sure.
Right. And, asking me if this certain individual is at the hotel.
Okay.
I look at my computer. It's very easy to find out. I can just look at my screen.
Yeah, you'd fucking think you'd look it up and figure out who your guests are.
And there's not a whole lot of people, so it's a very short list.
Because you're not like fucking working at a flop house or you can like take Hooters.
Yeah, this is a 45-room hotel.
Yeah.
Even if we're
you
busy.
Check the fuck in.
Yeah,
right,
even if we're busy, I can still find that name pretty quick. So I look, and wouldn't you know, hot damn, that name is there.
There you go.
So I say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. This individual is at the hotel, which he lets out a sigh and says, okay, we're going to be paying this person a visit in about 15 minutes. Okay. I'll fucking be here.
So a local lawbreaker and fucking stays in a local hotel.
Well,
that's a flawless plan.
If you're a local criminal, you are locally smart.
God damn it. Really? You just like hang around.
Yeah. Apparently, you do all your crime locally and you get that hotel room locally.
Jesus.
However, they did make the booking online. So that kind of gives a little bit more leeway because online reservations don't have the same kind of information as if you book directly with us.
Really?
We require information like
there's a little heads up for you potential criminals
you
among
you.
You
do crime, use Expedia. Not only do you save money, there's not less of a fucking trail. So 15 minutes later, they show up.
Okay.
And ask me to ring the room. So I do. Rings about 5.
This is like late at night, yeah?
They arrived shortly before 2 a.m.
Okay.
I've done none of my duties for the night. Because I normally put that shit off.
Fucking off.
Fuck yeah, man. I do nothing on a Sunday night when I first get there. I get into the groove.
Yeah.
2 a.m. hits and I start getting my shit done. And I don't have a lot of shit to do, so I don't really need to allow a lot of time to do it.
Well, why would you do all that shit and like sit around twiddling your thumbs?
Exactly. I have to space that shit out or my job gets really boring. So they show up. I ring the room, about 5 rings. Girl answers. Say, yeah, I have.
Oh, they're after a chick?
Yeah, it's a broad.
Okay.
I say, yeah, the sheriff's department's here in my lobby wanting to have a word with you. She's like, okay, I'll be down there in a minute.
Because that's never a problem.
Yeah. And I asked, and before I called, I asked the guy, I was like, do you want me to say the sheriff's office is here? Because I didn't know if they wanted to be suave.
Yeah.
I've watched way too much TV.
There's a man here in the lobby wanting to sell you some encyclopedias.
That's right. I got a random stranger with a knife saying he'd like a word with you, ma'am.
He says he's from Camp Crystal Lake.
Has a penchant for killing sluts. So so the girl comes down. She can't be older than 21.
Okay.
With a 3-month-old baby in her hands.
Well, 21-year-olds can do that.
And they proceed to have a little chat in my lobby. They ask, like, all right, if we use your lobby to have a talk, do we need to go outside? It's like, no, it's infested with like bugs of various natures. It's late at night. By all means, use my lobby.
They haul in like a light rack and like, hey, we're going to interrogate.
And I can't hear what you're saying outside. So they use the lobby, and I make myself useful doing other things. Meanwhile, trying to listen as much as I can because I'm fucking curious.
Sure.
The words breaking and entering come in. Words of
woman with a child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Words of her vehicle being seen, where this B&E happened, stolen items, and what have you. Finally, they get a search warrant for the room.
Okay.
Now, as soon as they do that, like my realm of responsibility is officially gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, no, you're a crime scene now.
Yeah. Right? It's officially now a situation that no longer requires them to ask me permission to do anything.
Yeah.
Outside of giving them a key to get the door open. About an hour.
Probably gives you a pass on some of your fucking nonsense, though, yeah?
On what do you mean, like my menial
laundry?
test?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. I got the main shit done. I got the hotel ready for the next day of business, and I got breakfast ready. Those were the important things.
Okay.
So after about an hour of chatting, and they get the search warrants, they go into the room with a huge brown paper bag, like Jethro Bodine style fucking lunch bag type of thing.
Holy shit.
Yeah, as big as the dude.
Wow.
And so he goes in there, and they're talking to this girl, and it's like, okay, from what I can understand, they're going to arrest her.
Okay.
The way this sergeant's talking.
Because she's a thief, I guess, yeah.
It's kind of what I was able to glean from it. The gentleman left the bag, and they'd made a phone call while this guy was searching the room. He comes out with that brown bag, probably about half full of stuff. And about 20 minutes later, this girl's mom shows up.
Okay.
And I'm just going to make it very plain because it's still so real in my mind, this next series of events. The girl hands the baby over to the mother with tears in her eyes, puts her hands behind her back, and is cuffed right in front of her mother holding her child. Wow. Tears in her eyes, baby crying. I shit you not. It is the most realest thing I have seen in that hotel ever.
You know, I mean,
probably in life, like real.
Like one of two things is going to happen. This bitch is either going to go, well, I'm sorry, this lady who got arrested is either going
this alleged criminal.
She's either going to go, God damn it, I can't let this happen again ever.
Yeah.
And maybe fix her shit, or this child's fucked. I think it's one of the two things, right?
That kid might be raised by his grandmother, and that'd probably be the best thing.
Maybe.
I mean, as far as the choices go,
she was like what, fucking like breaking and entering and stealing shit.
From what I saw her name in the paper the next day under the police blotter, and it was possession of marijuana, paraphernalia, and I think intent to distribute. I think.
Okay.
It's certainly weed and paraphernalia.
So she gets arrested for weed.
Yeah, weed and pipe probably.
Okay.
But that bag was pretty big. But anyway, they wrap up their shit.
How much goddamn weed?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So they wrap up their thing. The sergeant thanks me for helping him out. I'm like, yeah, no problem.
For being a stoolie.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I will sing, motherfucker. I will sing. And he shows me a picture on his phone. It's like, oh, by the way, one more thing. If you see this gentleman tonight, call us immediately. Like, okay. Is he like? I kind of want to know why immediately was like fucking important.
Is he armed and dangerous?
That was my question. Like, this guy, is he a dangerous individual? He's like, no, we just really want to talk to him, which is a cop's way of saying we really want to arrest him and put him in jail.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, sure. You got it. Yeah,
There's no way this guy's not going to jail. We want to talk to him. Yeah.
And so in my mind, I'm like, come on. This is like 3:30 in the morning at this point.
Right.
The sergeant hangs out in the parking lot for like a solid hour talking to somebody. You know how cops are around here. They'll fucking talk to people they know for an hour. I think he might have been waiting to see if this individual maybe would return.
Sure.
Which, why would he? I mean, why would you do that? Why would you come back to the place where you know cops are looking for you? You know your girlfriend got fucking popped and your child is now...
So you think dude probably knew?
The way they described this dude to me, they were in the biblical way.
Okay.
So, it seemed like they had something to do with everything they were talking about with the B&E and stuff. Because this girl clearly didn't do that, or they would have arrested her immediately.
Well, and like you said, the paper had her for fucking possession charges.
Yeah,
so.
weed in a pipe, basically. Okay. I can't remember the distribute part.
So it's the baby daddy probably is doing all the mean shit then.
And, why would this guy come back? Well, I don't think I know people very well anymore because this motherfucker came back.
Oh, well, there you
go. I finally had to get back to work because sheriff left about 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I'm like, great. I got to get lunch up.
You got to get lunch out by 5 a.m.
I got to do the night audit so I can see what arrivals we got for the day and get all that paperwork
done. Get that laundry done?
That fucking did not get done. Nope, that did not get done. So I'm getting my shit going. I'm getting breakfast put up. And anytime I go from the lobby area to the back office area where the cameras are, I'll always look and see hey, what's going on out there? All right, cool.
Right.
Well, look. And I saw this kid, which if you listened last week, is the person staying in my hotel that was currently on trial for felony armed robbery.
Oh,
he was still there when I got back Sunday.
You have you're like a fucking den of thieves over there. It's
it's like Hotel Tenenbaums for fucking criminals.
God damn. All right.
So I see him going down the hallway, and I see a head peek out of the room that the cops had just searched.
Okay.
Now, I initially thought, well, clearly that's got to be 112. I know there's someone in well 12. I know there's nobody in 110.
Yeah.
So
they already arrested her and all that.
Right,
yeah.
Okay. And I went into the room after they left to see if they'd fucked anything up. And outside of knowing that room had visibly been searched, nothing was fucked up. And the gentleman comes out of the room, goes out to the south end of the building, bums a smoke off this kid, walks around to the east end of the building, and I have cameras placed in these areas so I can keep an eye on them.
Sure.
Come all the way back around to the front north end of the building. The kid finishes up his smoke, uses his key to open the door to go back upstairs to his room.
Right.
And I noticed that the guy didn't. And he didn't even come in when the guy opened the door. I was like, oh, this is weird. So he disappears back around the east side of the building and goes into a window. I see him climb into a window.
You have a hotel that has windows that open?
Fuck. Well, this is the ones on the second floor are, most of them are stop. You get about 4 inches and they stop.
Okay.
Unless you're an asshole.
So they're enough to if you're having a really grand party and you have to pee out.
Yeah, you can stick your dick out there unless you're carrying a proper hog. Or if you got jettison shit diarrhea in your butthole, you could probably make do if your buddy's on the can.
Ah, God damn it, that's hilarious.
But if you're an asshole and decide to break shit and do things like that, you can get that window open. No doubt.
All right.
So I get back on the horn with cops. And I say, okay, one of two things. Something's happened. Either a room has just been broken into in my hotel, and I need y'all here right now, or that guy you told me to keep an eye out for is currently in that room right now, and I need you here right now.
So one of the two ways you told me.
I was like, either way, your asses need to be here.
Right.
Toot sweet. Because, if that's a room with a guest in it, it's already a situation I would have to do.
Fuck yeah.
So, and I shit you not, fucking 90 seconds. 90 seconds.
A minute and a half. Well,
90 seconds pass. It took longer for them to get a hold of the sergeant that was there to let him know than it did for them to get there. because apparently the sergeant had just been kind of like hanging out a couple blocks away.
Right.
And
because I guess they're assuming this motherfucker's going to come back anyway or whatever. Right?
Yeah, it seemed like he figured deep down they would.
Yeah. Huh.
So 5 cop cars into the fucking parking lot. 2 in the fucking hallway, the sergeant and a younger guy, and 3 outside at the window where he'd crawled in. Fucking, they make entry. There's silence. I'm watching the security cameras while on the phone with dispatch still because she's wanting me to relay what's going on, you know?
Oh, right.
Yeah, she was like wanting to know to make sure that, you know.
Well, hold on, Maybell. There's a...
And I want to be like, I think y'all have proper communication lines with your guys, right? You don't need me for that. But it was good to have her on the line, to be honest. So then about 15 seconds pass, and I see one of the guys outside of the window haul ass. I mean, book it to that room. Try to get in. Of course, door's locked. It's a hotel. As soon as that door closes, it ain't going to open again unless you got a key.
I mean, that's a cool thing about hotel
so
security.
he had to run back to the lobby, and I saw it, so I was like, I got to make this guy a key. I'll be right back. Run over there, make him a key. I'm like, the other one won't work. You got to use that one. And he gets in there, and a couple minutes later, they pull this fucking mid-20s shit-kicking kid out of this room, put his ass in the paddy wagon, and send him on his way.
Damn.
Man. Shit.
So how did the rest of Sunday night go?
So what was Monday like?
Well, let's work our way through Brandon's week right here.
Yeah, and I'm sorry it took so long to tell that story.
No, it's fine.
It is legitimately the gnarliest story I've ever had happen to me at the hotel since I've worked there. And I'm sure, I mean, like, I even if you've listened to our shit every Friday, and even if you, God forbid, just listen to hear my shitty tales of hospitality, you can notice a trend getting a little weirder, a little gnarlier. Yeah. People coming in to steal breakfast with 3 fucking fingers on their hand.
Right.
No more, my friend. And if any of y'all listen to the podcast, I know who the fuck you are. Of course, you're not listening to it because you can't afford fucking
internet
food for yourself. Why could you afford a phone with fucking data?
Yeah.
But that bullshit's fucking coming to an end. The hotel, the Super 8 is going to be super great again.
Yeah.
This aggression will not stand against my brand, man.
Be bringing it back. All right.
Oh, and I've counted in the past month how many times I've been told I look like Tormund Giantsbane.
But you're trying for that, yeah?
Yeah, but I think I might be done.
Okay. So we're going to see a freshly shorn Brandon.
Oh no, I'll keep a little length to it, but it might be time to tame it, man.
Yeah.
In 30 days, and I only work 3 days.
Yeah.
I've been told that 37 times.
But don't you guys have like a fucking cutout of the dude, like, you know, for
no? They got rid of it because guests were complaining. They were creeped out.
Oh. Yeah.
Because we had it in the lobby,
yeah,
and right by this big ass cardboard cutout of Tormund Giantsbane in a huge blue suit, there was one of the breakfast tables, and there was an old couple sitting there, and they couldn't eat breakfast because they felt like they were just being stared at. So they got rid of the cutout,
much like the chick on Game of Thrones being stared at by
pretty much similar reaction. Only instead of it being put in the garbage can, Tormund currently resides in my shop.
Oh, that's
keeps an eye out there.
Yeah. Let's move on to the segments we have for Mead, Metal, and MMA for the week. Let's get right into the Mead side. God damn it. Have we really gone that long?
Yeah, we've gone nearly. Wow. We've gone 33 solid minutes.
Mead exists onto the metal side.
Yes, I will be drinking some tomorrow copiously.
We have a bottle of Long Ships in the fridge and a bottle of Troublemaker also raring to go.
Gonna be a good Saturday.
Because there's going to be some fights, which we'll talk about shortly. Other than that, the Mead update, we're going to be adding some apple and green chili for our secret ingredient, which is not so secret, but that's okay because, frankly, you can't fucking replicate what we're doing. We're going to be doing that in about a week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the testing.
For the client batch. So we'll be doing that. Probably not long after that, then we're going to begin our next batch that we'll probably maybe look for trying to get some kind of a quick little turnaround on a holiday batch to capitalize on that maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see, yeah. Once we get past that.
Yeah, we are tasked and task oriented and tend to get kind of with a.
And this is a big one.
Yeah.
This is a big one.
Yeah,
this is a batch we're doing not for us,
right?
Or because every batch we make for us.
It's the first time that we've done a batch actually for somebody that they fucking ordered, God damn it, I'm missing a word right here. Thanks to Salty Kev drinking a bunch of beers today.
How dare you?
Commissioned a batch. They commissioned a batch, and it's the first time we've done that. So
so now we're working to the standards of somebody else. It's a first, but I think we're going to come through with flying colors on this.
I think it's going to be probably pretty grand. We'll probably in about a week we're going to go ahead and rack it to secondary, and that's when we'll start adding the things that's going to make that batch come alive.
Right.
So. Let's get to the metal side. I'm going to have to defer to you. I decided to drink today instead of prep for the podcast.
I prepped a little bit.
Yeah. What you got?
I actually prepped a little more on the MMA side than the metal side, but there is some pretty cool shit going on in the realm. Chris Cornell, there is going to be a Rarities box set coming out, and they released a unreleased Chris Cornell song today, which goddamn. See, I should have done the homework. Could have already listened to this. Chris Cornell, When Bad Does Good. It clearly sounds like an upbeat track. The box set is 4 CDs. Looks to be various live recordings from Soundgarden, his own solo shit. Doesn't look too bad. I mean, Chris Cornell fans probably eat that shit up. I'm a fan, but I'm not a fan of box sets unless I really, really, really like it. As far as releases go this week, you got Aborted, throwing out Terror Vision, death metal band coming out of Belgium. Didn't listen to it. I'm fairly certain I wouldn't like it. I can't speak for Kevin, but I'm sure that Kevin would hate it as much as I know I would. Dragon Lord. Now, Dragon Lord's a band I'm kind of familiar with. Has Eric Peterson from Testament in it. It is a brutal thrash black metal album that has some really good artistic fucking... It has good guitar in it, but the vocals always break me on black metal.
Right.
You will either win me or lose me.
Well, you're not the only dude either. I mean, shit... one of our biggest supporters of this whole deal, my brother Daryl, you get harsh vocals going, he's out. You know?
And like I can open my ear to it, but I'm also, if it doesn't fucking hit me in the first 10 seconds, I check out.
I will say,
and I probably miss out on some pretty good shit because of that. But
I get people telling me all the time, like, you need to really listen to this, guys. I can't because I fucking tried. You know? It has to be a very certain way, and it comes down to the production value. I'm sure you probably go back 50 fucking podcasts ago when I'd kind of talked about it, but Moonsorrow is a perfect example. Is that their vocals are nothing but harsh, but that harsh vocal is down in the mix.
Yeah, it's not at the forefront.
It's down at an instrumental level. You're not getting a weird guttural, loud, screaming, fucking primal thing. It's you are, but it's down at the same level as the guitar, the bass,
they
everything.
Treat it as an instrument, like a legit instrument,
which I appreciate because if you want to be able to tune it out, you can.
And Moonsorrow knows they got some really good musicality going on, too.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
And if you had harsh vocals fucking screaming at the top of their lungs over it, you wouldn't really get to hear it or appreciate it.
Which the interesting thing, too, that I would probably put to your thoughts this week, and that has to do with Henry Cervali. He and I kind of go back and forth on Twitter a little bit.
Yeah.
And it has to do with if you're putting a record together or whatever. So he tweeted out, said, there's nothing more fun than making a very good mix than ruining it slowly while making it even better. And spending the next evening to roll back all the changes manually by ear due to accidentally saving over the original approved version. And hashtag producer things. Okay. Because he works for Ravio. They're the ones who do the Angry Bird shit and everything. Yeah. But he then he follows that up with it. Also a fun fact, no matter how experienced you are, sometimes there comes projects which bring you totally on your knees because you want to make it sound as good as humanly possible. Then it becomes an obsession to do so. Trust me, don't go there. And that's Henry Cervalli, and that's fucking wisdom for you on a fucking
That is
Friday.
legit wisdom,
So,
absolutely.
yeah. So, speaking of which, we got a couple of things kind of in the works. I think we'd be better served if we actually went like one project at a time, but we tend to do like 3 or 4. So
we like to have our cup runneth over.
As far as our musical shit goes, we're I think kind of there. The biggest thing that really is holding us up right now is the fact is that you're not a drummer and I'm not a drummer.
Right.
I legit think that that's the biggest holdup.
We knew a drummer, but he don't drum anymore.
Yeah. He takes trips to Austin now. So
yeah, bitch.
So if you know somebody in West Texas, Eastern New Mexico that might be able to help us out a little bit and sit in and do some jam session kind of stuff for some quick records, we're not looking for anything fucking complicated either, because a lot of what we're aiming for is kind of a little bit more raw anyway.
Sure.
There's a cover we want to do that's an older song. There's a cover I would like to do that's a newer song, and a little bit of an original track as well.
Right.
That's kind of the 3 irons in the fire. How are we going to make that happen? I don't know. It's going to require you or I to get fired from our job and go, oh, well, fuck, man, I got to do something.
Now we have to.
Yeah, exactly. let me program these drums. All right, cool. But yeah, that's kind of where we are. The biggest roadblock we have is great. Yeah, we have a bass now but we're both stringed players, so we can fucking cover that.
Right.
The guitar parts are fine. A lot of things are fine. But drum tracks are actually our biggest fucking obstacle.
Our biggest
right
hurdle,
now.
yeah. Sure
so
thing.
if you got somebody that knows what they're doing, preferably with a small set that would be able to come out and spend an afternoon and bang out about 3 different tracks, that'd be fucking awesome. So
that'd be great.
Yeah. Shit. What the dude from Office Space had a birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah.
If you could do that, that'd be great.
You could come in maybe on Saturday and Sunday for 8 hours a day. That'd be great.
Basically, as far as new music out this week, there ain't nothing.
Yeah.
If you're a Slash fan, he put out a fucking album with Miles Kennedy.
God, man, that dude hit some press too, man. I'm shocked he got it, is what it is, I think, more than anything. He ended up getting, shit, was in the LA Times. I mean, it was a pretty big pub in the fucking West Coast. And Guitar Player magazine and another one. But I thought, God damn, what are these people paying this much attention to Slash? They didn't give him this much attention in 1992.
Right. Yeah, and that was like right after, when did Guns N' Roses break up? They put out Use Your Illusion 1 and 2.
I'm going to say it's around 92, 93.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Somewhere around there. And they
maybe 94.
They put out that album that had spaghetti on the cover.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
I hate to say it, I was never a Guns N' Roses fan.
Me neither, dude. Me neither.
The only thing that turned me around to rock and roll was fucking grunge. And it was fucking Pearl Jam, and it was fucking Soundgarden.
Right.
That's Guns N' Roses wasn't in that equation for me. I appreciate what they did. I appreciate Slash as a guitar player. I wouldn't fucking let him in my house, but,
About a shower.
Dude looks like he might fucking pull a poppy on your fucking couch, right? Little Seinfeld humor for you, but
oh shit.
But yeah, and it just gets weird. It can devolve and get weirder if you want to look into the shit that went on after the fucking breakup of the band with the fucking what's his name, the drummer.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, one word name, but I was
about to say Bono.
Yeah, unfortunately not. But then Axl Rose, and now he's,
Oh god damn it! I had it too, and then I drank a beer and it went away. Steve Adler.
Yeah. And Adler's still signing shit. That's still his.
Who's basically like the Dave Mustaine of drummers. He looks just like Dave Mustaine.
God, but he's had some issues.
Yeah. He's had like strokes and shit.
Yeah,
right?
dude. Yeah.
That's why he's like.
Yeah, dude.
Like that all the
very,
time.
very bad issues.
I remember seeing him on Celebrity Rehab. It was really fucking eye-opening.
Was he along in the same season as Mike Starr? Because that would be fucking ridiculous.
It might have been.
Holy shit.
It might have been. I might be wrong on that, though.
God damn. I actually know one guy that was actually on one of these shows, and it was on Intervention.
You knew a guy on Intervention?
Yes.
Like, did you know him well?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, he was a guitar player, vocalist. He was this band that my brother Dave was in.
Yeah.
And, dude was on Intervention.
For liquor?
Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking dude would wake up and fucking throw down like schnapps, like breakfast. You know,
Schnapps?
he'd wake up and throw it down, man. Like like Goldschlager or whatever.
Oh god,
fucking
damn.
like Hot Damn or something. You know.
Oh fuck that noise, dude.
Yeah. Rumplemints. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Not the fact. It's what he's drinking, not the fact when he drank it.
Yeah, man. No, and he was an odd one. I don't want to get into too many details, but I mean, he was one of these.
He's got an episode of Intervention that came out on television. I think we can get into the details a little bit.
He was a great fucking lead singer. Dude could cover fucking Prince like you would not believe.
Wow,
yeah,
really?
Dude, yeah.
Shit.
Like Morris Day kind of stuff. You know, I mean, dude was talented. Guitar player, fucking dude. You're like, goddamn. I mean, I always made fun of him because he played like an Ibanez.
So what was he like? A rhythm guitar player, lead, like frontman?
Yeah, it was a 3-piece. It was drums, bass, and a guitar.
Oh shit!
Dude covered all the fucking guitar and vocals. You know?
Wow.
Yeah. Unless they would do like this crazy fucking Vanilla Ice song, my brother Dave would do it. But that's beside the point. But yeah, man. No, dude got like in trouble a lot with the law around a very small town and a mountain town in New Mexico.
South Park, New Mexico.
Where I used to live, you know. And once you get in trouble in a small town, it doesn't take a whole lot for you to get on the radar.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, well, fuck yeah. Just see where we are now.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
And, so dude got busted, I think for his like second DWI or something like that. And the judge was like, so why don't you go home and like take care of your affairs and pack up whatever you got to do and then report to jail like tomorrow. Yeah. He's like, what? I'm free to go?
Tomorrow.
Like free to go? He's like, yeah, just report tomorrow. You could tell
that he wasn't going to go.
Yeah. And the judge didn't want him to either. The judge was like, fuck you. I know you're from California. Get your fucking ass back to California.
Wow.
Yeah. Where apparently dude went out and devolved even further. Yeah,
damn.
Man. I'll have to bring it up on fucking YouTube here in a while.
I was going to say, if it was on Intervention, there are oodles of Intervention
hundreds
clips on
and hundreds
fucking,
and hundreds. Yeah.
Wow.
So I legitimately used to hang out and drink with and play guitar with a fucking guy that was on Intervention.
That's quite the thing.
That's yeah.
Well, don't worry, you'll get a chance to do it again when I'm on there.
Shit. Let's move along to MMA.
Oh, there's some pretty decent birthday today. I'm just gonna run through them real quick. Stephen King, born today, 71 years old.
Happy birthday, you weird writer.
Dave Coulier, born today, he's 59.
Yeah.
Cut it out.
Dude
from Full House.
Yeah.
Bill Murray, 68.
Yeah. I became less of a fan of his when the Cubs won the goddamn World Series because for some reason then everybody in the world wanted Bill Murray to.
It got him a lot of bumps in popularity for sure.
Oh, well.
Liam Gallagher, 46. Fuck Oasis.
Oh my God, yeah.
Faith Hill, 51. Fuck Faith Hill.
As Tim McGraw does.
Carlton from Fresh Prince, born today, 47 years young.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And Don Felder from the Eagles, born today.
Well, man, where do you come down on the Eagles?
Legitimately. I bought Hell Freezes Over.
Okay, the country record, right?
Yeah. No, when they got back together and did the live thing.
Yeah, I know, but they had a couple of tracks that actually went to country radio.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see the bass player guy had a song he did, Love Will Keep Us Alive.
Right.
I bet that was on there because that sounded pretty goddamn country.
But, I mean,
that was the only Eagles CD I ever bought. I was familiar with Hotel California at the time. But I really like that. I think that was probably the best last good thing the Eagles did was that live set.
Yeah. So you'd say you're okay with Eagles?
I can tolerate them.
Fuck the Eagles. All right. Creedence always.
I don't. Oh, is it one of those things where you're either an Eagles fan or a Creedence fan?
According to Big Lebowski, yes.
Okay.
So I fall in line with that. So.
Oh, shit.
MMA, which we need to move through here pretty quickly. I don't want to fucking have to do a two-parter. There was the press conference last night between Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Very entertaining. I want to say that right off the bat. It was the most entertained I've been
with your clothes on in a long time.
And with my clothes on, my hand not down by my crotch in a long time.
Conor McGregor looked drunk. But
he looked drunk, but he looked in his prime.
But he was also pitching his fucking whiskey, so why wouldn't he be drunk? So,
Dana White didn't stop him from doing it.
Fuck no.
Yeah, you can't crack the bull. Which, by the way, Conor also signed a new contract with the UFC.
Oh, did he?
6 fights.
Okay.
Some places reported 8, but most of them reported 6.
I think
so
6
is
probably
6.
likely. I've never heard of anything more than 6. So.
Actually
5 is usually the most I've ever heard.
6 fights. So. Now when these fights happen, that's the whole of the story.
Yeah, who knows?
There's no time limit,
The problem I had with the presser is there were no fans. It was nothing but quote unquote journalists. And Dana White and
which
Khabib,
is MMA fans that know how to ask questions.
And Conor, and that was it. So there were no cheers, no applause. It was fucking surreal.
Do you think it was more for Khabib's benefit than Conor's?
Yes, absolutely.
The people would have loved Conor. They would have booed the shit out of Khabib.
Fuck yes. No. It was so Khabib could get a word in edgewise, which fucking Conor wasn't going to have any of that anyway. So
yeah, I think maybe if you added all the time he talked during the fucking presser, 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops.
Yeah. Conor does homework because the fucking guy knew. He knows all this weird shit that Khabib's involved with. He knows the fucking ties with fucking Putin. He knows the ties with a whole lot of weird, corrupt
trainer,
shit.
Yeah.
His trainer. If half the shit that Conor said was true, it's shocking to me that Khabib's not fucking somehow on trial for some shit.
Yeah. And the funny
by
thing
association.
The best that Khabib could fucking muster is like, why don't you ask your friend why he didn't do anything when I slapped him? It's just like, dude, that's
fucking Artem Lobov.
That's some shitty shit talk, man. And Conor slayed him and then made money selling his whiskey.
Yeah. It was kind of almost a 1 hour long commercial for his whiskey.
Yeah. And I'll admit I was okay with that.
Yeah.
Because it was entertaining. And that seems to be what the UFC is wanting to do these days, is be entertaining. Not be good, but be entertaining.
At one point, it was fucking uncomfortable, dude.
Yeah. Well, remember when that guy asked a question and they said some religious thing, and then Khabib's like, you can't say that to a guy that's drinking whiskey, and fucking McGregor just starts laughing. He's like, well, fucking slap him then. He was legitimately angry.
Yeah, man. It's pull it up on YouTube. MMA Fighting has got a
the UFC site actually has their official cut of it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You can really see that there's nobody there.
A cacophonous room with fucking Conor McGregor there.
That's what made it. That's why Dana White called it the darkest press conference ever. Not because of the fucking banter between the two, because there was no reaction.
I would say maybe, I don't know, don't do that again.
Yeah, why not try to make a little money on the fucking back end? People will pay to go to a Conor McGregor press conference.
Yes, they would. But again, I think it's because fucking everybody hates Khabib, except for assholes that really hate Conor.
Yeah.
But
and y'all know who you are.
Yeah, you fucking all right. But yeah, I think that's what it is, because they know that Khabib wouldn't have got in one word, if there was a crowd.
And it wouldn't have been anything substantial.
But why even then worry about doing a presser? Because that's what you've always done. I think that the fucking worst ideas that have ever encountered in mankind have been because that's the way we usually do it.
Right.
Fucking break that fucking cycle. Do what you got to do things fucking right.
Yeah. Well, long story short, I think we're looking forward to October 6th.
October 6th is going to be big, and I appreciate the fact is that this is fucking so. I don't have to put up with this nonsense week after week after week.
You'll get your embeddeds the week before.
Yeah.
And that's really all you need.
Yeah. We're going to get beat over the head with it tomorrow during the fucking Brazil fight.
Sure, because it's the last fight card before the show.
I'm more excited about other shit, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm more excited because of the fact John Jones is coming back.
15 months suspended, or 15 or 8. 15,
yeah,
15.
and under what they call the snitch clause, which is fucking crazy because it was called the whistleblower clause for other fighters. For John Jones, they call it the snitch clause because for some reason,
because it's John Jones,
some asshole out there fucking truly hates John Jones with a passion. But that means basically he'd fucking kind of reported
John Jones
other people.
Is a hard guy to like.
But you can't fucking deny that he's the best goddamn fighter
absolutely
that God
not.
put in an octagon.
Yeah. He would still be on the pound for pound number one if that motherfucker just keeps his nose clean.
As soon as he fucking fights, he's back at number 1, in my opinion.
Do you think we get a Cormier fight?
Well, I think Cormier is going to run from it. And he'd be smart to do so because he'll get cracked and knocked the fuck out again. And who the hell wants to talk with this fucking slur with this big old fucking belly on him, late in life? And his
legacy would officially be, fuck being champ.
Yeah.
You would be the guy that John Jones beat 3 times.
3 times. And champ, by the way, is fucking Conor McGregor, if you're fucking keeping
And he
score.
let people know there yesterday. Yeah. He let them know. Champ was in New York, motherfuckers.
I know who Chump is, but I also know who Champ is, and that's Conor McGregor.
We got a big fight.
I think we're going to have, but I think that John Jones, is going to be, they're saying early 2019. I bet that he's on the card late. He's going to be on a fucking card right before New Year's.
The 29th?
Yeah.
That's the fight card in Vegas.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope we see him do something, and I hope we get to see him do something after he's done that.
Sure.
Instead of fucking doing a fight, getting popped, doing a fight, getting popped.
Yeah.
UFC 231 just got even more interesting.
My favorite fight behind the McGregor-Nurmagomedov fight.
Yeah. Joanna champion, Joanna Jędrzejczyk fighting Valentina Shevchenko, my darling, beautiful wife, for the flyweight belt.
And I
love this fight. I
like Joanna, but goddamn, Shevchenko throws like a man.
And flyweight, if Shevchenko's, that's her natural fighting class.
Yeah. I mean, Joanna's moving up and putting on dead weight.
Yeah. Where Shevchenko's like...
Now, although she may not look like out of the cast of Dark Crystal, when she tries to make that
she'll look a lot better at weigh-in day, man. She will not look like that angry little female goblin that just wants to tear your head off.
Yeah, it looks like looks like Davi. It's right. that's who she looks like. So
Joanna's a free elf.
Yeah.
Oh man, God, I'm really looking forward to that fight. I mean, I already know who I'm pulling for, but I think that could be stylistically the greatest lady fight
ever.
Outside of shit. I don't know. I can't even fucking think of one. I think that's going to be the biggest fight in women's MMA.
I think the most
Cyborg and Nunes
equally matched, and I think it's going to be a fucking great fight.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people out there who say, well, what about Holy Holm, Ronda Rousey? Well,
that was a great fight because of the result, not because of what happened.
That's exactly right. Fucking separate fact from the reality of what it is.
Then you could say Liz Carmouche versus Ronda Rousey was the greatest fucking women's bantamweight fight of all time because Ronda Rousey armbarred her in epic fashion and won and retained the belt. She was given the belt.
I mean, I think that's an important point to make, is the fact is too many people put some shit out there on, hey, that's the greatest fight of all time. No, only because of the outcome. The fight wasn't that great on paper. It wasn't that great on the lead up.
Good grab.
Moths and shit like that, fly season. All right. So let's go and talk about the Brazil card so we can wrap this shit up.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of fighters on this card, but unless you're from Brazil, you ain't going to know.
So this thing is clearly stacked, right?
If you're a fan of Brazilian MMA, you will be watching tomorrow's fight card because you got legends, you got up and comers, and then you got motherfuckers that can't make weight.
How come we've never seen Elias Theodoro fight in fucking Brazil?
Isn't he Greek?
No, he's fucking Canadian. Close. Fuck you, Canadians. Fuck you.
Because that dude's busy fucking being eye candy for Invicta.
Yeah, I mean, but that's once upon a time, you used to get some really, really good high-level fucking fighters out of the U.S., Canada, Britain, whatever, in Brazil cards. Nowadays, man, all they're trying to do is keep the Brazilian populace happy, knowing their fighters, with the USADA rules in place, are able to compete.
I agree 100%. On the preliminary cards on UFC Fight Pass, middleweight fighters, Talis Leites fighting Hector Lombard. That should be pretty good.
I like Lombard in that one, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Which I never
Lombard did not look good in his last fight.
Oh, my God.
But I agree.
He usually bounces back, though. So
your main event for the Fight Pass prelim is going to be Sergio Moraes fighting Ben Saunders at welterweight. They sent Ben Saunders to Brazil to get his ass beat.
That guy's going to get cracked again.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, I hope he proves me wrong.
Because wasn't he the very first opening fucking fight at UFC Austin in February?
I believe so. Saunders?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
right?
and he did not.
No.
Let me double check here.
If not him, it was somebody that's an old timer like he is. I mean, he's been around forever.
No, it wasn't him.
Okay, cool.
He fought at Emmett versus Stevens, Jeremy Stevens and Josh Emmett.
Okay.
So it was the fight card after.
I'm thinking of Berkman.
Josh Berkman.
Yes,
right? Yeah, Josh Berkman.
Yeah, man. But it's the same. It's the same dude.
It's the same thing.
It's the same guy.
Right.
It's a guy late in his career, and there you go. You're going to get a fucking Brazilian who's kind of up and coming, and will be able to dazzle the population. Do we know where in Brazil this is taking place?
Sao Paulo, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
At the Ginásio do Ibirapuera.
I was kind of curious to see if it was in Belém, because that's where União, Norte União is at, and that's the fucking camp with all the assholes in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fox Sports 2 preliminary card. We got it lightweight. Francisco Trinaldo fighting Evan Dunham. This kind of looks like the Sergio Moraes versus Ben Saunders fight.
I like Dunham in that one, oddly enough.
Really?
Because fucking Trinaldo looked like shit against James Vick and fucking Austin back in February.
Right.
I know that one was on the card. And Trinaldo
fight he lost.
He's a muscle-bound little shit, and he fights fucking boring. I think Dunham's going to come out and fucking just kick his ass.
I mean, the only guys to beat Trinaldo has been Kevin Lee and James Vick.
I know, but he's on a downward slope.
Yeah.
I think he's at the end of his shit. So, and he more than fucking almost anybody out of Brazil probably hit the hardest, second hardest by USADA.
Yeah. Well, now remember, Evan Dunham's last fight was at UFC 223 against Aubin Mercier when Aubin Mercier finished him in under a minute. So he's coming off a rough one too.
Yeah, but that cat's kind of a weird guy to fight too. I mean, Trinaldo's going to keep it standing, but so is Dunham, and he doesn't have to be worried about takedowns and shit like that.
Oh no, that'll be. There's a lot. There's not going to be a whole lot of BJJ on display at these shows, man. You might get some in the main card, but as far as before it kicks off, it's all going to be standing and banging.
Right.
Go like this main event here. Charles Oliveira, the Cowboy, fighting Christos Giegos.
I will always take anybody fighting against that cocksucker.
Yeah,
because he's the one that came in like 11 fucking pounds overweight or some bullshit a while back.
Yeah, and this guy Giegos is making his MMA or UFC debut.
Good. Well, I hope he wins.
Fighting out of California.
Because that Oliveira, man, he came in way over. He didn't even try to make the weight cut,
and then won.
Came in won and then talked shit.
Right.
It's like, you know what, asshole? From now on, forever, from this day forward, I hope you lose every time you go out.
Yep. Moving on to the main card, we got a fatty boombalatti Henan Barral fighting a guy who doesn't have a Wikipedia entry, Andre Ewell.
Yeah, we know how that one's going to go, right?
Barral probably win.
And Barral, again, surprise, a Brazilian completely missing weight.
This is being fought at a catch weight of 141.6 pounds. Normally it's supposed to be a bantamweight fight.
Because Mr. fucking Jelly Donuts himself is 6 pounds over and, apparently now, really didn't care about his camp.
Let's not forget at, what was it, UFC 177 when he was having the BJJ bathroom party with Jose Aldo, and he slipped in the bathtub and then couldn't fight Dillashaw.
That's what they said, because he couldn't make weight, right?
Oh, God.
And in the UFC, he said, no, well, this guy will never fight at 135 again. Apparently, they let him, and hey, guess what? You stepped on your own dick.
Yeah. They only have themselves to blame. My man, representing the Ginger Gene, Smiling Sam Alvey, traveling to Sao Paulo, Brazil to fight a legend, Antonio Rogério Nogueira, light heavyweight.
I like Alvey on that one.
He's
a middleweight, but
I like him at light heavyweight, though. I really do.
If the guy can move a little bit and throw that crazy left as he fades.
Yeah, dude's a counter guy.
Yeah.
He likes to throw those counters.
I like his action against this guy.
Yeah.
Nothing against Nogueiras, but, man, those guys do tend to move forward a little bit, and they like to fancy themselves as counter punchers as well, but they feel the best way to start a counter is to throw one, get the other guy to throw back, and then you throw your counter.
Yeah, they really want to fucking do damage to you first.
And Alvey, fucking, this is really a fight designed for him. I think.
Alvey had fought that Perchinho guy at the Emmett Stevens card. That was the first card I'd watched in Lander,
right?
Basically, fucking by myself. I will always pick Sam Alvey. If this dude wins and gets a shirt out of it, I'll fucking buy one. Sam Alvey all the way.
Yep.
your main event, which the main event of this was supposed to be Jimmy Manuwa fighting, I was about to say Gegard Mousasi, but that's incredibly wrong. Oh, shit.
Glover
Teixeira.
This is clearly a card I don't give two shits about.
The main event was Glover and Jimmy Manuwa, which that's a pretty good fight, but both these fighters pulled due to injury.
Okay.
First, Glover got pulled when he was replaced by Thiago Santos, and Sunday, I think Jimmy Manuwa got pulled due to injury. Next day, Eric Anders steps in to fight for him. Which, props to him. That dude's going to make some money. He's probably going to get his ass murdered, though.
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely.
He's only lost one fight, but Thiago Santos is a scary Brazilian striker.
No, I agree with that. That assessment is spot on. So,
yeah. Well, my friend, let's go ahead and get to them picks.
All right. Picks on the drinks for the week.
I'm drinking as many of these aluminum cans as I can tonight.
Yeah, I got a 30. I got a Budweiser and 29 of its closest friends. So that's what we have for that.
Gonna be going down on that.
Yeah. Also, let's see, picks on metal. I'm going to go. God dang, man. I mean, I sound like an asshole if I keep saying Alice in Chains every week. But
we could fill a fucking hour podcast just talking about how that concert in Austin fucking affected us.
Right.
That's a 0.5 podcast right there,
man.
I'll go a little different here because I did do my homework, and like some people at this table.
Yes.
Skull Mode put out a new song.
Skull Mode really?
Put out a new song leading up to an album release in October, I think, and it is not bad. I can't remember the name of it because it's in fucking, Finnish.
Right.
But it's out there, and it is not bad. It might
right.
be one of the better Skull Mold songs I've heard.
No, which is really not saying a.
It's not saying a lot, but also saying one I actually really like.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Let's see, and then on the MMA side, man, I don't know. I'm just taking Sam Alvey.
Sam Alvey is going to be cheered by the Brazilian people by the time that fight is done.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, that's going to do it for this fucking week's podcast. I'm trying to figure out why I'm not.
Do you know how technology works?
Yeah, it's works just fine until you
really need it.
Rely on it.
Then F's you right in the
A. We having a fucking issue here on our deal. I don't know what's up. All right. We're not going to.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
What is this? Are we going to have to sing ourselves out?
That's right. Whoa! Oh, God damn.
For the longest time.
Let's maybe not go that way.
No. And then I'll even fade myself out. For the longest time.
We should have that going for you. All right. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Well, our sound system's wrecked apparently. So. Yeah.
All right. Hold on. I can fucking remedy this.
I can feckin'.
Fucking Ruben sent me just a thumbs up from Austin, like a dick.
Thumbs up,
like
yeah.
a proper cunt.
Throwing down on some fucking ramen noodles, probably.
Or Big Mac.
Or a Big Mac. Oh, what would you go to fucking Austin for a Big Mac?
Because, Ruben is a connoisseur of the fast.
Yeah, but dude, it's fucking like I said, it's Austin, man. Why would you go anywhere that there's actually like a food culture and not fucking dig on where you're at? I mean, would you go to like fucking San Francisco and not fucking dig on some like sushi or some shit? Or
that's what I'm talking about.
God damn.
Hey man, I got that skull mold queued up. We can have it out. It's going to sound a little shit, but.
All right, well, that's what we probably need to do then, because I'm having nothing but issues right here as I try to. Oh, it's over the phone.
That's why I said it sounded like shit.
God. All right. Well, I was going to try to close this out with Monster Magnet, but that's not going to work. So, all right.
We'll hit that next week.
All right. Hey, thanks for joining us this week. Don't do fucking anything terribly illegal in a hotel. You'll get caught.
By me, bitches.
Yeah. And we'll see you assholes next week.
Peace.